Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Vince back here again with another video. Today I'm finna give you my top 10 tips on how to make it in America, alright? Me, I moved here from the Bahamas about 3 years ago, and I'm letting you know everything I learned, everything I see that helped me to become what I am today. I'm not the richest, but I'm doing pretty well for myself, you know what I'm saying? So for number one, we're gonna get straight to the point. I'm not gonna give you guys no run around. I know what you click on the video for, so I'm trying to get straight to it, okay? Number one is gonna be a driver's license. The country that you're coming from, you wanna bring your driver's license because in America, it allows you to drive for 6 months with a foreign driver's license. Now, what you decide to do after that is totally on you, but I know you have 6 months to drive in America with your foreign driver's license. After the 6 months, they're gonna want you to get one for that state, but that's totally up to you. You need the driver's license. You can't drive without it. You're gonna be stuck catching the bus, catching the train. And you definitely won't be able to get an American driver's license or American driver's license until you become a citizen or you put in your application form and they give you a driver's license and your social security number so you can go ahead and start to work and stuff like that. So my number one advice, which I think is most important, is definitely bring your driver's license, okay? Number two, you can go ahead and apply for something called an I-10 number. An I-10 number is a number that's very similar to a social security number, but it isn't. It doesn't allow you to work, but you can use this number to, let's say, get an apartment, pay your taxes, open up a business. There's so much things you can go ahead and do with an I-10 number. It's really, really nice. You can go onto the IRS website, or there's certain tax companies that go ahead and do it for you. They may be a little more expensive, but if you want to do it yourself and you think you got it, you can go onto the IRS website or probably even go to the IRS itself, pull up one of the locations, and they should be able to do it right there for you for a small fee. That's really important. Now, number three, we're going to say open up a bank account. A bank account is really, really important. You need to collect your funds, deposit your funds. Let's say if you have a little side hustle or something you're doing on the side, they're not going to pay you to you don't want to get paid through your country's bank. It's too much work, too much hassle. If you want to do Cash App or Zelle, all of those stuff, they only do with American banks. So my advice to you is go ahead and make a bank account. You're going to need 2 forms of ID, and most likely you're going to ask you for a letter or mail with the address that you're staying. So if you come, let's say you got a phone in your name, they should send you a mail or an email stating that you live at this address, that you put on the form when you put in to get a phone, Wi-Fi, like any one of those bills is fine. But they're gonna ask you 2 forms of ID. It can be a passport, driver's license, and then a letter or mail stating that you live at that address, okay? So heading on to number 4 now. Just what I'm gonna name this one, don't let anybody put their fares on you, okay? There's gonna be a lot of people telling you what you can't do. A lot of people telling you that you can't get an apartment. You can. You can't do this. You can't drive. You can't get car insurance on your name. I promise you, you can. There's a lot of things that you can't do that a lot of people are going to try to discourage you from even trying. They only can tell you no. An apartment only can tell you no. You know what I'm saying? I had State Farm insurance when I first came here, and I had another one called Assurance America as well. That's another one. It's maybe a little bit expensive, because you won't have an American ID, but if you want to have insurance, that's one of my other numbers. But go ahead, like I said, and don't let anybody discourage you from doing or at least try it. You know where I'm coming from? Alright, now we're heading on to number 5, and I think this is the one I've heard the most from mostly everybody I know that trying to move to America or being here and quit, or they say the rent is expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is. I was never used to nothing like this back home, and I had my own place. I never paid rent at all. So what I did, I got a book, and everything that was expensive to me, I tried to find different ways but I could get it down. The first mistake I made, I got a 1-bedroom apartment. So I was in there by myself, responsible for all the bills. So I realized that wasn't making no sense for me. So the next thing I did, I went and got a 3-bedroom apartment. There's always people that's gonna be looking for a place to stay. No, you can't trust everybody, and I know some people are not gonna be the type of roommates you want to have, that's fine. You take your time, find somebody that fits, and or somebody like you that's cleaner like you, or safe around your kids, and then you round your rooms. Let's say, for example, you have a 12 bed, you spend $1,200 for a 3-bedroom apartment, right? You can charge your tenants $650 each for 2 rooms, and you wouldn't have to pay a dime. You can actually make a profit. Or you have a 3-bedroom, you charge your tenant $550. Let's say you want to be gracious, because let me tell you something. Getting an apartment is so hard in America. People will pay you almost anything for a roommate these days, because they can't get one. It's really hard to get an apartment. They ask you for 3 times the rent, pay stubs. Now they want bank statements. So you can rent your room for almost anything. You understand what I'm saying? So you have 2 rooms or even 1 room rental. I was paying, after I rented out one of my rooms, I was left with like $300 left every month to pay. That's it. I was living in America with $300 a month. And if I wanted to, if it wasn't for my child, or if I decided that I wanted to rent out 2 of my rooms, I could have been living for free, actually making money. I would have been spending the rest of my years living here for free. That's what I'm saying. So my advice to you is never get a 1-bedroom. Always get 2 or more, because in America the price difference is going to be like 100 to 200 difference for getting a 2 or 3-bedroom to get something bigger. So never get a 1-bedroom. Even if you have to spend $100 or $200 more for a month or 2 until you find a roommate, you're gonna make that back in 1 month plus more. Okay, so that's the trick that I have for that. Always get a roommate. Okay. Now number 6, a lot of us, we vacation here, we travel here sometime, and we spend a lot of money. We come with plans to spend thousands of dollars, enjoy ourselves, but we move here and forget that we're no longer on vacation. We live here now. We see a sale and feel like, oh, we gotta buy it now. Okay, no, you don't have to. You're gonna be here today, and you're gonna be here tomorrow. The sales are always going to be there. I promise you. If they take one sale down, they put another sale up. Okay. You don't have to go in the store and feel like you have to buy everything right away. It's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be there. I promise you, the sales are always going to be there. You live here now. Walmart isn't going anywhere. You can always walk in Walmart, and they restock the shelves just about every day. Okay, so save your money. You don't have to go into every tennis store or clothing store and feel like, oh, I have to buy it right now. Like when we're visiting, we do that. But you live here now, so give yourself some time to deal with what's more important. Prioritize yourself. Get a book and write down. Not saying you can't treat yourself, but you just gotta know when and where. Understand? And you gotta make sure it's the right time to do that. Understand where I'm coming from? Now, my next tip, which is gonna be number 7, is gonna be really important as well. Having insurance. Now, coming in this country, yes, you are allowed to have insurance. You can call insurance companies like State Farm, Assurance America, Geico, and they all take clients that's not from America. You don't have to have an American ID, but it's going to be a little more expensive, but I promise you want to have insurance. If you have an apartment, you want to have renter's insurance. If you have a car, you want to have car insurance. I never drive in this country without car insurance. You understand what I'm saying? Insurance is really, really important. About every day in America, I think it's about 50,000 accidents. It's really, really crazy. I was hit 3 times from the back.
What the hell did you just say?
I was hit 3 times from the back. And to believe it or not, my car was literally parked. I was at a standstill. And I was hit. So I never was like moving or braking, nothing like that. My car was at a standstill and I was ran into. Now I know that doesn't require me to have insurance, but when the police comes onto the scene, you want to be able to have your insurance if needed. You don't want to be in any type of question. You don't even want to have any problems, especially being that you're not even from the country in the first place, and especially if you're overstaying your stay. You want to make things simple as possible, handle your insurance, and be on your way. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure, please, go ahead and get that insurance, renter's insurance, car insurance, even if it's host insurance. It's really, really important to have everything insured. Okay? So for the next one. Alright guys, now we're at number 8. And this one is going to be really important as well. It'll help you save a lot of money and should help you get to where you want to be pretty much faster. Okay? don't be afraid to catch the bus or the train. You know, coming here, I was kind of like, scared. Not scared, but I was like, I didn't want to do it. But I had to. I had to put my pride to the side, suck it up, hop on the bus, and I was never more motivated, honestly. Like, sitting there on that bus and train, it makes you just want to go even harder. Like, it pushes you to your max. You don't want to be in that position forever. So, you do what you have to do to get yourself out of the situation. You understand? So, I had my car, like, fast. I was in that train every day listening to music, and I was just manifesting and thinking like how I was gonna get myself out of the situation. Ubers are expensive. You try to go to and from work. You're gonna spend almost what you're making that day just to travel. That's like $60 depending on how far you are from work. Ubers, it's good. It's really reliable. But if you don't have to, especially if you're on a bus or a train route, I don't advise anybody to catch Ubers, especially if you just come and you're trying to just, let's say, even get a ride. It's going to take you way much longer, and you're going to look back at the thousands of dollars that you spend on Uber or Lyft and regret it, and be like, I could have bought a whole car. I promise you, you're going to do that. Number 9, I think this is almost as important as getting a driver's license. Stay out of trouble. You're in a foreign country. You don't belong here, and they're gonna look at you that way when trouble kicks up. Okay, and especially if you're planning on staying long term, you don't want to get in any trouble, because when you get in that immigration office and you're having your interview, I guarantee you they're gonna bring up every trouble you've ever got into. Okay, and it's gonna make it even harder for you to become an American citizen. Trouble is very, very easy to get into and hard to get out of. Stay out of the way. I've been in this country for 3 years now. I never even got a speeding ticket. I never got nothing. Not even a speeding ticket. Never pulled over. Nothing. I try to stay out of the way. I don't have no problem with nobody. I mind my business and I do what I have to do. And that's all my advice is to you, to please stay out of trouble by any means. Once you could avoid it, please try to avoid it. Okay. Number 10. And this is going to be the last one, okay? Thank you guys for watching this so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Number 10, I'm going to say, don't let anybody make you give up. If you give up on your own. I don't advise anybody to give up. And I know it gets hard. And if you feel like you can't do it anymore, it's okay. I understand. But before you give up, give it all you got. Give it all you got. And let yourself know from you reach, there is no turning back. Once you realize that, you're gonna push yourself to the limits. You don't let yourself know there's nothing else. This is the last resort. You don't have no plan B. Even if you have a plan B, you wanna make yourself feel or tell yourself that there's no plan B. We gotta make this work. It's gonna be rough. I promise you. It's not an easy road. Family might switch up on you. Friends might switch up on you. People back home who you trust might change up on you. But you just gotta see it through. I had moments where I thought about going home, so I know you probably might have some of those moments too, but I promise you, don't. Okay, unless you really, really have to, don't. Just see it through. I did it, and I'm glad I did. My family is here now. Everybody who I love is almost here, and it feels so good to see everything just going good around me. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just see it through. You know why you came, and everything's gonna be okay. Just keep pushing, okay? Thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy it.